Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of the Louis Sports Network. Hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend here on this Saturday. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure your post notifications are turned on. Make sure you're sharing on your social media platforms. Truly appreciate it. Hope everybody is having a wonderful Saturday. Peace and blessings to everybody as always, man. I definitely appreciate you guys always liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to the channel, man. Much love. As I always say, without you guys, there is no me. And let's get on to the video. So what I wanted to talk about is one of the all-time great players in NBA history, and that is to me, the top three greatest centers of all time in Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And I wanted to talk about his 1985 Finals MVP because I think it's one of the more underrated Finals MVPs in NBA history. And I say that was because the Lakers had just come off losing in '84 in 7 games to the Boston Celtics. In which Larry Bird won Finals MVP. And, the Lakers had to be dealing with the whole tragic magic and, how the Lakers were going to be able to recover from such a loss like that in 7 games when I believe the Lakers were the favorites to win the series. I could be wrong about that, but one of you guys could correct me. And at the time, Kareem was 37 years old. So now we go to 1985, a full year, full circle. Lakers and Celtics, they meet again in the NBA Finals for a second straight year. And everybody remembers that game 1. It's known as the Boston Massacre. Why? Because the Celtics put up 148 points, and they beat the Lakers 148 to 114. I say that because Kareem is 38 years old. The Lakers at the time were really known as a finesse basketball team, and they got killed in the media after losing by 34 points. I think they were down by as many as anywhere from 36 to 40 points in game 1 at the parquet at the Boston Garden. So after that loss, people, Pat Riley and the Lakers, they got eviscerated. They got killed in the media that Kareem is too old. The Lakers' time is up. Kareem might as well retire. They were just going all over the Lakers, man. The criticism was unreal. Like, they were just pretty much saying that the Lakers were done and they're not on the level of the Boston Celtics. And you have to understand, you have to also remember, guys, in the previous year in '84, how were the Celtics able to get to the Lakers? They were able to get to them mentally by playing physical basketball. Because like I just told you, the Lakers were known about Showtime and they were a finesse basketball team. Pat Riley, according to what happened after the game, for those who lived that time, literally ripped into his team and said, "We are never going to play that style of basketball again. We're never going to lose like that again." And a couple of times I've heard Michael Cooper, like in several podcasts and interviews, talk about that was the message that they needed, and realized that we needed to be mentally tougher. We needed to go from a more of a finesse team and match the physicality of the Boston Celtics, because they talked about how Robert Parrish ran him off the floor and Kevin McHale ran Kareem off the floor. And, they're not the same. He's not the same anymore. And he just got out-hustled by the front line of Boston. Well, we have game 2. And what does Kareem do in game 2? Kareem scores, 30 points, turns back the clock a little bit. The Lakers win the game. He had 17 rebounds. He had 8 assists, and he had 3 blocks. And the Lakers end up winning the game. Fast forward to games 3 and 4. Both teams, they split back in Los Angeles at the Forum. And this was at the time, and remember in 1984, they were still doing the 2-2, 2-2, 1-1-1 format. And in '85 was when they went to the 2-3-2 format. This was the inaugural first year that they went 2-3-2. Well, in the pivotal game 5, Kareem scores 36 points, which I believe were the most points he scored in that series, and helping the Lakers get a 3-2 lead. And so they even talked about how Kareem Kareem is usually like in the back of the locker room when they talk about discussing game film and looking back at game tape and all that kind of stuff. And Kareem actually ended up being in the front because he actually wanted to help the turnaround and contribute. And wanted to prove to people that he still had what was left in the tank. And at this point, as I mentioned, Kareem was 38 years old. And Kareem actually brought his father, who I believe served in the military, to go watch him play in that Game 6 in Boston. And also remember, Kareem actually finished that game with 29 points. But more importantly, the Lakers were the first team in NBA history to defeat a Boston Celtics team in the NBA Finals on their home floor in a clinching game to win the championship. And fitting, who wins Finals MVP at 38 years and 54 days old? It's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. What did Kareem average? Well, Kareem averaged 25.7 points, 9.9 rebounds, slightly over 5 assists, and 1.5 blocks in 6 games, which told you that Kareem was just pretty well damn impressive. He was really impressive in those finals. You look at the games. He had 2 30-point games, 2 20-point games. See, the worst game he played was in game 1. He only had 12 points and 3 rebounds. 12 points and 3 rebounds. But he did only have double-digit rebounds twice. But, I mean, he still played well. Look, I mean, 30 and 17, 26 and 14 in game 3, 36 and 7 in game 5, 36, 7 and 7 with a steal and 3 blocks. He had 26, 14, 7 assists, 2 steals and 2 blocks in game 3. And then in game 6 in the clinching game, he finished scoring 29 points. So in the last 5 games, if you take away his 12-point game in game 1, Kareem is putting up damn near, 28, 29, possibly 30 points for the series. Like, he was good enough to win Finals MVP, and he was the best player in the series. No question. And I want to give Kareem a lot of credit because to this point, he is still the oldest Finals MVP in NBA history. And to the captain, much salute to you. And what a way to get, this is what you call a revenge season for the Los Angeles Lakers. Because we know what happened with Magic Johnson and being called Tragic Magic and Kareem being too old. And then after game 1, it was like, we're going to bury you. You're trash. Your time is up. You need to move on. And Kareem said, no, hold up. Kareem showed great leadership. He took accountability. The Laker players took accountability. They played better in the series, and they won. They won. Because another problem also was that Magic was not really able to shoot if you take away his driving lanes. And he couldn't be able to deliver a post entry into the post to Kareem. It was one of those things that also had made Magic also work on his game and at least improve his outside shot. Even if he was a set shooter, at least Magic put the time in to improve his game. But again, this goes back to this being about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And after that 12-point game, he scored no lower than 21 points the rest of the series. Like I said, unbelievable player, all-time great player. I mean, for the series, the guy shot 60% from the field, 60.4% for the series. He shot no lower than 54% the entire series, but in game 3 shot nearly 77% of his shots he made, 61% and 62% in the last game. So he shot 60% while doing that Finals MVP. And a pretty solid 77% from the free throw line in the series. So that's still impressive to me that at 38 years old, and I know people want to say he was on a stag team and all that, but I say, guys, if you pay attention, listen to what I said. They said he was too old after game 1. He needed to retire, and there was no chance the Lakers would beat Boston. And what they do, they changed their mindset by being more of a physical team. Kareem upped his game and did not have a bad game after that. Ends up outplaying Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish in game 2, and then puts up these nice numbers at 38 years old. So Kareem, again, salute to you, Captain. Salute. Arguably the most indefensible move in NBA history, the skyhook, man. Shout out to Kareem. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, there's your boy Louis with another one. Let me know what you guys think about the captain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and his 1985 Finals MVP performance. Bless up, live, laugh, love. Thank you guys for watching.